The only things you really need are beans, bullets, and Band-Aids. Okay, end of video. Goodbye. Hold on, just kidding. Hi friend, my name is Morgan. Let's get started. After over 10 years, actually closer to about 15 years of prepping, I've learned a few things that very few people actually talk about. So I'm gonna talk about these things that fill in gaps in your preparedness that really are overlooked. So let's take a look. Number one is batteries. Now, I know everybody talks about, oh, you got to store batteries, but while batteries are great, rechargeable are even better. But how are you going to charge the rechargeable without some sort of battery backup? And that's another type of battery that I highly recommend because it's indoor safe. It has lots of different options. There's lots of different sizes to fit you and your power needs. But don't worry, you don't have to start out with a beast like that. You can start out with like a small phone charger like this that can charge other small devices like radios and your phones and maybe a tablet, depending on what sizes you get. Something you could start off with right away is something like this emergency radio, which triples as an emergency radio. It can be charged by solar, hand crank, and it also has a flashlight, and you can also charge your phone. So this is kind of like a triple, quadruple whammy of being able to supply some sort of emergency needs with a battery and solar and charging and stuff like that. Manual items like can openers. You're gonna want a few, okay? Not just one. This is a really nice one. I have like a really nice KitchenAid one like this, and then I also have some other like dollar store, maybe chintzier ones. And then of course you gotta have the P30, it's a P38, right? Yeah, you gotta have one of these for your keychains, right? Mortar and pestle, okay, this is great. I've actually used this for like spices and things like that, making my own medicine. But I once saw somebody in a video grinding up wheat and stuff to actually like grind up the wheat for using it. But this is another manual grinder option. I've had this for a long time, used it. I think it's super great, really easy to use, and I have it on hand for just in case. Ways to clean. Sanitation is still extremely important, even in the apocalypse, okay? Things just like reusable towel. We have been trying to get away from paper towels. It's not super successful, but we do have lots of these and we try to use them more than the paper towels. Anyway, vinegar and baking soda will pretty much take care of a lot, if not most, of your cleaning needs. For general hygiene needs, I would recommend things like making your own soap, although you can just buy bar soap. Bar soap lasts for literally ever. Okay, I've never heard of molding bar soap. Pure Castile soap, I actually make my own of this liquid soap as well, but this also I've never known for it to like go bad, but I don't know. Isopropyl alcohol is really good for cleaning wounds, but also for general cleaning and for getting like gunk off of stuff. But yeah, lots of different hygiene and cleaning options outside of just water. Oh yeah, and vinegar and baking soda last, I think, forever. You can keep baking soda in its original unopened package, or if you open it, you can put it in a Mylar bag with a silica packet, and you can heat seal it that way, or use it and keep a silica packet in it to keep moisture from making it get all clumpy. Coming back to the closet, we got lighting options outside of just like flashlights or headlamps. Things like lanterns that take little mini candles, or just any candles in general. I'm sure you probably just already have some scented candles in your home. Unless you're super crunchy, then you will be making your own candles. I happen to stock up on beeswax and wicks so that I can make plenty of my own candles. You can also make your own wicks, by the way. And I would also find a local supplier for beeswax, which I have, and honey, obviously. But we're talking about lighting now, so. But outside of candles, there's also solar lights. I love solar flashlights or lights of any kind. I've actually had this one for, oh my gosh, I want to say at least 8 years, maybe around there, something like that. And it still charges with the sun. Like this solar panel, it looks a little rough, okay, but it's still charging and it's still working. I have it in my window just charging away. Here, there you go. This does remind me, I want some more solar lights. So yeah, any solar lights, fantastic. Comfort food and morale boosters. Listen, when you look at preppers, they just want you to be absolutely miserable while you're trying to survive. But I don't want you to survive. I want you to thrive. Have the morale boosters, have the candy, have the coffee, have the snacks. And after 3 days, morale matters more than calories. And you know what? This bar, okay, let me just show you. Eating this bar provides 210 calories for my day, okay? That's calorie intake, people. Seriously though, don't forget the board games. Don't forget having fun, because as a family and as a person, we still want entertainment. We still want fun. Get the battery powered DVD player, okay? Get the snacks, get the morale foods, get the things that bring you joy. Medical supplies. I am always going to the dollar store to get medical supplies. I got all of this from the dollar store. Gauze, alcohol pads, Band-Aids, hand sanitizer. They do have big bottles of alcohol, but I just got the little one, the little pads. Cotton balls and rolls, more Band-Aids, and hydrogen peroxide. This little bin actually came from Home Depot. It was like $2.50, but you can get the dollar store bins too. Also, over-the-counter medications, that's a really good one as well. If you'll notice, none of these things have been super flashy yet, and I'm only on number 6. They're normal, everyday things. If you look around your house and you say, gosh, what do I use, or what would I need, or what would I want? It's not just about needs. It's not just about having to eat beans and rice because some prepper told you had to. No, it's about prepping the stuff that you know that your family needs and or wants, okay? And it doesn't take a ton of space. You can get a few bins and fill like one of these little shelves or like a closet under your bed or something, okay? And if you want to plan on how to use this stuff, I have my new emergency binder down below, link in the description. Please go check it out. And there's a free and there's a digital download plus a physical binder if you don't want to make it yourself. But yeah, go check that out at my website, preparedness.com. And when you're there, subscribe to my free newsletter. The next one is trash bags. I believe the Urban Prepper just did a video recently where he was talking about some uncommon stuff, and trash bags on his list too. Now, just regular trash bags are good, but contractor bags, the like big black ones, are super good. They could be used as like, I did a video a while back, I'm probably gonna post a picture here, but where I used it as like a makeshift poncho. It was super great. You could throw it over your backpack to protect it from rain. Trash bags are great for sanitation. It's good for waterproofing stuff. It's good for storage, emergency toilets, right? Cheaper than tarps, because have you seen the prices of tarps lately? Wow! The next one is practical water storage. Whether you want to fill containers, put a little bleach in and rotate them every 6 months, that's great. Whether you want the little bottles, you can also throw these in the freezer. You can also refill these and then throw those in the freezer, whatever. Or if you want the big jugs, or if you want the refillable ones, or rainwater, or whatever is going to work best for you, get the practical water storage is going to work best for you. There's tons of ways to store or stock up on water or get water during emergencies. And it's just whatever's going to work best for you. Next, we're going to be talking about backup cooking that actually works, okay? This is a little alcohol stove. I have this as a backup cooking option because it does work and the fuel lasts pretty much forever for it, right? But it's a good option. Now, cooking really big meals for my family of 5 is a lot more difficult on this. I also have options like the hobo stove, the rocket stove, the Coleman stove, which is great for bigger families. And I have lots of options. And you know what else I can do? I can just take one of these canned goods. Where are you? I wanted to grab this one. It was in my eyesight and I wanted to grab it. You can also just grab this and just eat from the can, right? All these canned goods, they are ready to eat. And if you want MREs, that's great too. Whatever's gonna float your boat. But don't think that you have to have like freeze-dried food or dehydrated food just because it lasts 25,000 million years. Just get the food that you're practically gonna eat, stock what you eat and eat what you stock. I just know that I had to learn the hard way that I was like, you know what? I just don't eat these certain things that people were telling me to eat. And I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just store things that me and my family like, and that's the end of it. Clothing. I don't know that I've ever heard a prepper talk about this, except maybe having some spare socks in their bug out bag. But clothing and clothing layers are so important for so many different reasons. Every year there seems to be some sort of freeze or storm or something that's knocking power out. Well, if you have layered clothing, you know, really good, down jackets and sleeping bags and all these things that can help layer it. You have extra socks, you have extra underwear, you have good warm gloves as well as like work gloves. These are things that are going to keep you and your family warm, right? Or cool. Like you want those like cooling wraps. The cooling wraps that I recommend actually don't need to be put in the freezer or anything. You just dip them in water and put them on your neck. Oh my gosh, you guys, the difference those cooling wraps make. I am telling you, okay? You gotta get some for the summer. It is wild. The difference between having some nice, good, clean underwear and clean socks can make the difference in your morale, okay? So if you're gonna start anywhere, get some extra socks and extra underwear and just have them, right? Especially for your kids, like as they're growing, like get extra bigger sizes for them, whatever, get extra. So this next one is number 11. A lot of people tell you, have cash at home, but then it's like, okay, well, how much cash should I have? And like, what's the denominations and these kind of things? I recommend smaller denominations, even smaller than $20. Most places nowadays have signs that actually say they will not take anything above $20. But imagine in a scenario where maybe you're just having to pay for something, the lights are out, whatever. Now, there was actually a scenario back in a while ago that the lights went out in H-E-B and everybody was shopping, and H-E-B was just like, listen, just take your cards, okay? Like, you don't have to pay for anything, just go, which was totally cool, but maybe not everyone's gonna be as cool as that, right? So break it down into smaller denominations. Even coins are worthwhile. I was about to say the penny is worthless now, but I'm just going to stock up on pennies now. I think that's all I'm going to do. Now that they're not making them anymore, now I want it. So there is a saying in the prepper community, 1 is none, 2 is 1, and then 3, I don't know what they say after that. 3 is good. I don't know. Anyway, the point is to have backup. So you can see I have lots of candles. I don't have 1 candle. I don't have 2 candles just enough for this. I don't have just 2 candles to last me maybe a couple days. But I also don't just have candles. I have batteries. I also have rechargeable batteries. I have flashlights, and I have headlamps, and I have glow sticks, and I have lots of redundancy. I don't just have 1 knife, I have a couple knives. I don't just have 1 can opener, I have multiple can openers. And so I'm not saying you have to have like a million of everything. No, but actually I'm saying you should just have a couple backups. So remember to go check out my newsletter and my emergency document binder down below at my website at ropepreparedness.com. And let me know down in the comments if you've ever run out of anything, if you've ever been out and about and been like, wow, I was not prepared for that. Or maybe if you've forgotten diapers and wipes one time and you were like, wow, I was totally unprepared for that. That's never happened to me. Just let me know down in the comments if you've ever been like, wow, I was totally unprepared for that, and here's how I got prepared. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching Conquer Tomorrow by Preparing Today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.